Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Elle, aka the Melanin Expat. So I have definitely put YouTube down for a while. That is an understatement. I forgot about you guys. I have not posted a video in a long time. Guilty. Okay, so with that, I did some rebranding, rebooting, and I'm just feeling a lot more motivated this year and excited to make more content, more videos for you guys to show you guys more of my life and just kind of talk more about expat life from a black girl perspective. And with that, I changed my name, guys, and I am now the Melanin Expat. I feel like it better describes the type of content I want to put out, as well as me as a person. So I'm super excited for all that will come this year. Okay, so for this week's video, I asked some of you guys on Instagram what you want to hear, and people had questions. It was more personal questions about myself, about my situation, how I came to be living in Germany, living in Düsseldorf. I am a British Nigerian person. I was born in the UK, but I am second generation British, so my family come from Nigeria. I am Yoruba. So I've been living in Germany for almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years in March. So yes, and my German still sucks. The hardest part about being an expat is definitely the loneliness. I feel like even though I have my partner here, even though I have his family and I have a good circle now, I think the expat loneliness will always be there. So it's definitely a struggle, like finding friends. It's definitely a struggle, like missing your family and just like not always feeling like a part of your new home or your new country. So sometimes I do feel very like, I don't know if it's isolated, but sometimes I do feel very like alone and very like lonely, and it's weird because I have so many people around me. The thing I like most about being an expat is definitely the new experiences and the new people that I get to meet. So I love the fact that I am exposed to so many new experiences, from hiking in such beautiful areas to just doing activities that I know I would not have done in the UK. Equally, I love meeting new people as well. So I meet people from all over the world, from all different backgrounds, and that keeps expat life and life in general exciting. For anyone that is planning to move abroad and become an expat, the one piece of advice I can give you is just plan and research. So I feel like when I first decided that I was going to move abroad and hopefully live abroad for a longer period of time, I probably didn't do as much research and planning as I should have, but I definitely took some time out to do research and planning, in the sense of researching the city, the country, the requirements, the job market, just general facts and culture about the country I was moving to. And as much as I researched, I feel like I still was not prepared for all the culture shock that I did experience. And that's why I would say research, because at least you can kind of get an idea for some of the things that you might be exposed to. The other advice that I would give is plan. So make sure you have enough savings. I'm so glad that I saved very well prior to moving, because it was expensive. Like in my head, I had a budget on how much food was gonna cost me. I had a budget in terms of rent. I had a budget in terms of deposits, but all of that was like double and more, you know. And I'm so glad that I saved and I planned out my move. I made sure I had a job lined up so that I would have income within like a month of moving, like all of that good stuff. So again, I would always recommend planning and researching. I have no plans as of now to move back to the UK. I obviously have my family and all my friends in the UK, so I will always be coming back to the UK. I will always travel back to the UK, but I definitely do not have plans to move back to the UK. I'm in the process of learning German. Your girl did not learn German, or is not trying to learn German for no reason. So for me, the UK is definitely not on my radar to move back to. If anything, I would be moving to another European country or to another country in general. But for now, I do think our home will be Germany. What brought me to Germany is very typical for most expats, and that was love. But I wouldn't just say love. I feel very cliche saying love, because love was a big part of my decision moving to Germany specifically, and moving at the time that I did. But generally speaking, I was looking to move to a European country, another European country that wasn't England, regardless. So I don't want to say completely love, because I feel like a part of me had that like lust and that will to live abroad. How I got to Germany was basically because my partner, he's a German citizen, he's born in Germany, his family's from Germany, all of that good stuff. And basically we met in the UK. He was an international student at my university, and the whole time I was at uni, I never met him, we didn't know each other, anything like that, so it wasn't a university romance gone well. The way we met, I feel like it's only God, like 100% I believe it's God. Like God put us together, God wants us to be together. So we met on the last possible day of university, and that was our graduation day. I was leaving the day after graduation because the day after graduation was my birthday, and I had packing to do because I had an internship lined up in Thailand, and I was going to be there for like 2-3 months, and I was 100% open to if I got like a permanent job there, I would have stayed there, like 100%. Graduation happened. I graduated with my class. I studied management and business, and after our graduation ceremony, like my family was there, and we went to like kind of a reception where we had like some nibbles and some drinks. And as we walked in, I like looked to my left, and I like saw this guy that I knew, who I was like friends with and like okay with, and I saw him sitting with some other guys, and I was like, one of these guys is very cute, but obviously I'm with my family, I'm with my brothers, I'm not gonna say anything. What can I can't even move to anyone, I'm with my family. And beyond that, it was the last day of university, the last day I was going to be in the university town. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to say anything, I can't do anything, I'm just going to say hi. So I was like, hi, and I was looking at the boy, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's so fine. But anyway, because he was wearing like a suit, everyone was of course wearing suits, but he was wearing a suit, so he looked extra fine. And anyway, I went and sat down with my family, and in my head I was thinking, why is it that I see all the cute boys on graduation day? But we were just enjoying, we drank our champagne, we had a good time. And after a while, like, we left. And then like as I was leaving, one of my girlfriends, my actual roommate, she called me, and she was really upset because her family came down for graduation, but they couldn't stay because like, I don't even know the situation, but they couldn't stay long. Anyway, I went to meet my friend, and we went to the reception, and I feel like low-key I was also hoping we would run into the guy. So like I feel like even though I was trying to be a good friend, I also had like ulterior motives, I'm not gonna lie. We went to the reception, we didn't run into the guy, we talked, and I just told her like, oh, I saw this really cute guy, whatever. But anyway, we were just talking about graduation, talking about everything, and just university and how it's the end of like studying time, and now we're like real adults and all of that. So we were like, okay, let's go watch some of our friends graduate. So we walked down there, and as we're walking down to the graduation place, I see the guy in front of me, and I see him with the guy that I know. So I'm like, this is the guy, like he is so fine. And she was like, oh, him, like, and I was like, sorry, what do you mean him? She's like, oh, he's in my class. And I was like, what do you mean he's in your class? And she was like, oh yeah, he's in my accounting class. And I was like, you're telling me this fine specimen of person was in your class the whole year, and you did not think to tell me that this person existed? Anyway, in my head, again, still thinking nothing was gonna happen, I was like walking behind them with my girlfriend. We were walking down to watch people graduate. We didn't even talk to them, to be honest, because we had nothing to say. And I was just like, he's so cute. Anyway, as we're all leaving the graduation, so we went to meet our friends that were graduating this ceremony. We're leaving, we're going back home, we're gonna go to dinner. My girlfriend decided not to come because she just wasn't in the mood for it, but we were gonna go out that night because again, the following day was my birthday, so I was gonna go party, turn up in the evening with my girlfriends, but first go to dinner with my family. So we keep it PG and then we turn up, okay? And anyway, so we're walking back from the graduation, and then I was like, you know what, let me just shoot my shot. Like back then, there was no even shooting your shot. I just shot my shot. And I went up to the guy that I knew. I'm very good at flirting. Like I pretend like I can't flirt, but when I really want someone and want something, I know what I'm doing. Anyway, I went up to the guy that I knew, and I was like, hey, what's good? Like, how did your day go? Like, because I wanted this boy to see me. I wanted him to like see me like for a long time, because I feel like I looked cute that day. I had my makeup done, my hair done and everything. So I was like going up to the guy trying to just make unnecessary conversation. And then I found out they were also going out that night because it was graduation. They wanted to celebrate, everyone's celebrating. So I was like, we're having a little like pre-drink session at our place. We're gonna go to like a club afterwards, and it was the one club that everyone goes to. And I was like, oh my gosh, you guys should all come and just pre-drink with us. And he was like, yeah, definitely, we're gonna be there And I have his like number, I have his like Facebook, because back then there was no real Instagram. People weren't really on Instagram back in my day. So like I had his Facebook, so I was like, okay, I can contact him and just ask him, you know, like, or tell him our address and just make sure everything's good. So I like told him all the details. I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, this boy's coming. Like, I'm gonna get his number, I'm gonna kiss him. Like, I already had plans for this boy who I wasn't even sure liked me. Anyway, fast forward, I had my dinner with my family. I'm getting ready for pre-drinks with my girls. We're like beating our faces, getting our dresses on. Back then, your girl was always snatching her dress. Like, I was looking like, I was ready. Like, the confidence I used to have with my little gut, like, I was ready, okay? So anyway, we were drinking, pre-drinking way too much. It was my birthday the next day, so you know what kind of level we were on. I was 21, going to be 22, and I was good, right? I was turning up. And then I was messaging the guy, like my friend, to be like, hey, are you guys coming? And he was like, yeah, we're coming. This boy did not show up. His friends did not show up. My bae did not show up. So I was peed off. I was like, okay, that's the end of that relationship. I'm gonna just keep moving forward. Relationship, as if we're even in a relationship. I don't even know this boy's name. Yeah, so we're dancing in the club. We're having a good time. And I look over and I spot my friend, and I was like, okay, the guy is here, so it's on. So I start hovering around him, and I'm like, what's good? Like, why do you guys not come to our pre-drinks? And they were like, oh yeah, we were at another pre-drinks, I was like, you're an idiot, honestly, waste man. But anyway, he was like, we're at another pre-drinks and it took too long, and so we knew we were gonna come to the club and we were gonna see you, and so I was like, okay, fine, what's good? And I was just happy because I was like, the boy is here. So anyway, I'm dancing, looking for the boy. Like, I'm looking all cute with my girlfriend. I knew what I was doing. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I knew what I was doing. I was like grinding on my girlfriend. I hadn't even seen the boy yet, but I was like grinding on my girlfriend. So I was like, I just want to look cute so that when he looks over and catches me, he just sees me like doing my thing, being Miss Independent. And oh my gosh, it's so cringy thinking about now, because in my head it probably sounds a lot better than it probably looked. But anyway, I was like going for it. And I was going for it, and basically I then bumped into my partner, my now partner, my babe, my baby, everything. And he was like, what's good? And like, he didn't say what's good. He just probably said like, what's up? And I went over to him as well, and then I was dancing, we were grinding on each other, and every time we were like going for it, I was just like, because I had not been around a boy for like a long time. So I had not flirted with a boy so much for a long time. So I felt so like, even though I was lit and I was drunk and I was in a good like vibe, every time I would catch myself, I'd be like I'm shy. And we were just going for it, we were dancing, and I could just feel the attraction, like the sexual like tension. I'm not gonna lie, like we were very attracted to each other, and I think that's an important part of a relationship, number one. But also there was just chemistry, there was a vibe on the dance floor. I don't know what it was, there was a vibe, and we kissed, and I was so happy because I was like, when I saw this boy, I wanted him, and I'm so happy I got him. I was like looking at my partner, and he was looking at me, but I was like, nah, I'm going home with my girls. Like, I'm not gonna go home with a random boy that I just met, you know, all of that. So like I was like, bye. And we didn't even exchange numbers, we didn't do anything like that. Like, he actually carried me home as well. Like, he carried me walking, like I was on his back because I had heels on. And we were talking, but like we just didn't get each other's numbers or even names. Like, I don't even know why. But anyway, like I looked at him, he looked at me, and like part of me did want to go with him, but at the same time I was like, these girls have been there for me, these are my girlfriends, I'm not the kind of girl to just leave my friends, and also I'm not going to see this boy again, so there's nothing there. We got back to the house, the university house. I ran upstairs to my friend's room and I started screaming. I was like, this boy is so fine, this boy is so cute, he is my type, he is smart, he is funny, he just makes me feel so comfortable. And I've never met a boy like this. Like, I've never felt this instant chemistry from a person so quickly, and just it felt so right. And it sounds so cliche, it sounds so cringy, but it was so true. Like, I've never felt this way about a person in my whole entire life. And I was just screaming because I didn't know how to act. Like, I was rolling on the floor and screaming, like literally it was just embarrassing. Like, I've never acted this way, and I was just like, there's something about him. So then I messaged the guy friend that I had, that was also friends with him, and I like messaged him on Instagram, not Instagram, on Facebook Messenger, and I was like, hey, what's your friend's name? And then he told me his full name. So then I tried looking for him, couldn't find him because this boy is off the grid. He does not have anything public. Then I was like, can you give me his number? And then I was like, okay. And then he wasn't replying. So I was like searching, doing some stuff. Because I was like, I remember he said he was in this society. So I did some Instagram, some internet stalking, all of that good stuff. And then I was able to find him. And then I was able to find him on Facebook. And then I started Facebook messaging him. And I was like, hey, it was so lovely meeting you. It's the girl that met you. Like, obviously I didn't say it was so lovely meeting you. I don't even know why I said that. But, you know, I messaged him. I slid into his DMs, but the Facebook version. And we just started messaging, and I was like, I'm so happy I met you, you're so nice, like all of this stuff. And I was being so cringy. I'm never laying it on thick with a guy like straight off the bat, you know. And I was like, just go for it because there's nothing else to lose. And I thought that was it. And he was like, when do you leave? And I was like, I leave tomorrow, it's good, it's gone. And God happened. I've packed all my stuff because I'm leaving the next day. My dad is in University Town, my family's in University Town, and they're here to pick me up and just, you know, drive me back home, you know, back to Kent, right? And basically my dad calls me at like 8 a.m. or like 9 a.m. in the morning, and he's like, hey, the police called. And I was like, oh my gosh, what did I do last night? Because some parts of the night before were like kind of missing. When I drink too much, there's like some blackout moments where I'm like, And I remember we walked home, and I remember we walked past the hotel, or like, because there's literally one hotel area, like a lot of hotels, but like one area where all the hotels are. So I was like, did we do something? Did we try and go to my family's hotel room? Because that's the kind of ish I will do. I was freaking out for like 3 seconds. And then my dad was like, yeah, the police called and they told us that someone stole all of my car tires. And I was like, sorry? And he was like, all of my car tires are gone. My car is sitting on cement. And I was like, sorry? And I couldn't understand, because I was like, how does that even work? Trust me, it works. People can pop off them tires and leave like the skirting on cement. So my little brother sent me a picture, and I was like, but that just shows you how grimy our university town is. But anyway, he was like, I need to go get some tires so we can drive home. And basically he went to the garage, or he called up the garage already that was in my university town, and they were like, no, we don't have those tires, like we only have 2. So he's like, okay, so where's the next possible place? So they gave him some towns, and this is north of England, so like everything is like very far away. So the next town was like at least a 2-hour cab ride, and they had the tires, but they obviously had to get a cab there, 2 hours, go pick up 2 tires and then get the cab back. So in that time, I was like, okay, I'm going to go do some admin-ish at the university, but I'm also going to maybe just try and meet that boy so I can get his number. We can just talk a little bit more. Maybe, I don't know even what I was expecting to come out of it, but I was like, okay, like I have time now. And they were like, we'll call you when we're like done with everything and when we're on our way, like 30 minutes away. I was like, sounds good. So I went to the university with my girlfriends. We fast forward like 2-3 hours later before he met me. And it was because he was hungover. He obviously didn't tell me that. And now that I know him, I completely understand. When my baby is hungover, he is gone. I met him. And when we met, we just started walking down the street, like from university to my university house. And it was like a 15-minute walk. He showed up wearing something completely different from the night before. So he wasn't wearing a suit or looking all like smart anymore. He was looking a bit different, and definitely not my type in what he was wearing. But you move past it, because again, the feeling that I had, the excitement that I had, I was like, I've never felt this way before, and I felt so comfortable with him. And when I saw him, I was like, oh, but then when we started talking, I was like, I don't know, it feels like I've known him my whole life. Like, it feels like he's my best friend and everything more. And it 100% sounds so cliche. 100% sounds like what you hear on TV. Like, as soon as I knew, it was love at first sight. It was everything, like all of that. It was like that for me. Like, really and truly, it was like that. Like, I saw him, maybe not like the outfit, but I saw him and I was like, his eyes, we just connected, and we started talking, and I don't even know what we talked about. I cannot remember to this day, but we just started talking, and it felt so easy. It felt so like magical, and I was like, this is my person. Like, there's something here, I can feel it. And we got back to my university house, and we like went into the house, we were in the kitchen, and we kissed, and we just were making out like intensely. And then my dad calls, and he's like, yeah, we're on our way, we're gonna be about 30 minutes. And I was like, ugh. And I was looking at this boy like, I was here for hours, and now we only had like half an hour together, if that, you know, and my dad's gonna be here soon and you need to go because you cannot be here when my dad gets here and he'd be asking who you are. So I was like, oh my gosh. And he was like, there's no way you can stay an extra night. And I was like, I mean, I could ask if they would take all my stuff back, and I could go back home by megabus, which takes like 10 hours to get back to Ken, but like I could do all of that. And again, I would never do this for a guy that I just met off the bat, but there was something about him. So I was like, okay, right, I'm gonna come up with a plan. I'm gonna ask my dad. If he's okay with it, then I'll stay. Obviously, if he's not, then this is goodbye. So we like made the frick out. Like we made out big time for like 20 minutes. And I was just like, there's something about you. And he was like, there's something about you. He said he'd seen me in the library before and he knew that I was a cheerleader. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Even more like the fact that he saw me and like he was attracted to me because I was probably doing some wild stuff up there in the library, being silly with my girlfriend. So it was just like, for me, it made it even more romantic that he kind of like had seen me before and like seen me about, just looking all crusty and everything as well. So I don't know, I was just so into it and I was just so excited and so hopeful. And then basically I told him to leave. My dad came, my brother came, and they started loading up the car. And as they were loading up the car, they realized, yeah, you don't fit in the car. There's no room because you have so much stuff. And I was just like, eh. So I told my dad basically, you know, it's my birthday today. All my friends had actually planned like a little surprise party today. They didn't actually know that I was going back today. They thought I was going back this evening, and I had planned a party. And I was like, can I stay? And he was like, well, you don't fit in a car, so you're gonna have to stay. And I was like, oh, okay, there we go. And I was expecting my dad to like say something and say like, no, because I'm Nigerian, I'm black, like we don't do that last minute ish. If my family's come to pick me up and come to my graduation, they're not gonna try and just leave me in the like university town. But I think because it was my birthday, I was grown, like I just graduated and I have an internship abroad lined up. My dad was like, you know what, enjoy yourself, have a good time. It's probably not even a lie, but just have a good time. So he was on board with it and it was fine. Please tell me why the whole freaking day passed and we didn't meet. And in my head I thought, he's not interested. He's just made me stay at university for a whole day. I've had to pay money for like a megabus hire. I'm going to sit on a coach for 10 hours to get home instead of just driving in the car for like 4 hours. You know, he's just wasting my time. And I thought, okay, worst case scenario, I have another night with my girlfriend, so it's not that deep, okay? Anyway, fast forward, he actually shows up and he planned like this whole like party for me kind of thing. So I had my girlfriends there, but he had actually brought around like his friends and it was like a lot of people. So there was a lot of us, a lot of alcohol, a lot of good stuff, you know, and we were all in the living room, we were drinking, we had music, and it was just a good time. So it ended up being really good, but at the same time, I spent the whole day there and we didn't actually see each other in the day. But regardless, he was there, he showed up, he made sure I had a good time. And what was so funny is like I was talking to everyone but him, and it was just so awkward because we liked each other so much, but we just couldn't be around each other because it was weird. Like it was like we liked each other so much, but we didn't know each other yet. Do you know what I mean? So we were just in that age and in that part of our lives where we were just too embarrassed to even talk to each other. And I was sitting like 2 people away from him, and he was like looking at me, but I was like looking this way, and I was like, I want to talk to him, but I don't know what to say. And I feel like I tried so hard as well because I had stayed at university. I told him I liked him and it was clear. So I was like, the ball is in his court and he wasn't doing anything. And now I understand because he's German, he's himself, like he's just not going to try and shoot his shot. Fast forward, the next day, he's walking me to the coach station and he's like, I'm going to text you. I really, really like you. Let's see what happens. And I was thinking, you know, I'm not going to see this boy again. We had a good time. I like him. You know, I wish I'd met him sooner, but nothing more is going to happen and I'm not going to be thirsty. I'm not going to push it because that's life, you know. So I go home, or I'm on the coach going home, and like from that second he just texts me. He texts the crap out of me. He texts me every second. We called every single day from that day onwards, and we just started having this relationship that was like kind of long distance for like 2.5 months. So the whole time I was in Thailand, I was out here turning up, I was out here working, and we made it work with the time zone difference because then he went back to Germany and we just had this long distance relationship. And during that time I was like, okay, I'm gonna be your girlfriend because I feel like your girlfriend. And he was like, I was gonna ask you, but I didn't really want to ask you yet until we met again in person. And as soon as my internship was over, I actually did have the opportunity to stay out there in Thailand and have a full-time job. but I just decided against it. I was like, my heart is in Europe. I like this guy so much and I've never liked someone this way. And as soon as I got back to Europe, I went to Germany for like 2 weeks and I stayed with him. And I was like really, really scared because again, I've never done something like that. I've never met someone for less than like 24 hours or like known them for like 24 hours and just like rushed into this relationship. But I did it and I am so glad that God gave me the strength to do it. So that brings us to the end of this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed learning a little bit more about myself, about what brought me to Germany and all of that good stuff. But anyway, I am back. It's 2022. It's your girl Elle, aka the Melanin Expat, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.